Most people have no idea what it's like to be on a top 100 team in the country. I mean, teams that sell hundreds and hundreds of homes every single year. And while teams have been done and tried in the past, many people have really bad experiences about real estate teams. So here's what it's like to be on a top 100 team in the country. All right, so let's get started. Every agent wants to make a ton of money. And the way that you make money is by doing those dollar-producing activities that actually are the highest and best use for yourself. You see, you've got a license that allows you to sell real estate. Agents on our team every day experience their phones buzzing with brand new leads. These are leads that are coming from a variety of different portals, not just Realtor or Zillow or any of these other ones. We're talking pay-per-click, Facebook ads, Instagram. We teach everything when it comes to how to generate leads to your database. Now, when these leads come in, these could be hot leads that are looking to see properties today, pre-qualified already, or they could be leads that are working on getting themselves ready to get to the market. We're talking buyer leads, seller leads, or some of the top systems out there like Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia.com. We're also talking Realty.com, Fast Expert, HomeLight, you name it, all from a variety of sources. When it comes to seller sides, we're working with Fellow, HomeBot, we use Structurally, we use AI programs in the background that all integrate into the #1 best CRM of the business right now called Follow Up Boss. What this looks like for most agents is a very unique experience of them as seeing a lead come into a database, and while they're on showings, they're busy, they're doing something like generating new business. That lead is instantly getting followed up with immediately from the database. Now, on top of that, we've got a task list that show up for the agent so they know exactly what to say, how to say it, and when they should be reaching out to the leads. Now, here's the thing. If you're on a top team, you got to play like you're on a top team. Those leads that come into the database, if they don't get followed up with, that opportunity gets given to other agents on the team. If you play for the best in the industry, you better believe that you're going to have the best opportunities, services, and you get to play at the highest level. All right, so let's say that you get a lead and all of a sudden you have a great buyer consult with them, but you need to know how to have those buyer consults. We've got an entire library and a resource center inside of our Kajabi platform that's completely proprietary to our team on how to serve customers best. I'm talking about the best listing presentation, the best buyer presentations, how to offer on listings so that you win your offers over others. We also have an entire Brooke Team resource library that allows you to ask questions from all different kinds of situations like new construction, short sales, land listings. It doesn't matter if your business is in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, or in Florida, we've got resources in our resource library for you. Now, many agents are always thinking to themselves, well, how can I level up my game? How can I get better? Well, it's not just learning how to fill out purchase contracts when you're on a top 100 team. It's learning how to take it to the next level in your business. So whether you're brand new in the industry and you're just emerging in your career, or you're an established agent selling 2 or more homes a month, or you're an excellent agent where you want an organization around you, the team has all of these resources inside of our platform here in order to level up your business. Now, let's say that lead, you go out and you need to show them a property, but guess what? You need your showing tour booked and you need an offer written before you even get out there because you know that it's a great fit for them. That's okay. Our staff is here to help write that offer for you, get your disclosures already for you, and put it into the #1 transaction management system in the industry called .lu. Our team pays for this for you, along with many other resources like the CRM of Follow Up Boss that we just talked about. But let's take it a step further. Let's say for some reason you weren't able to make it out to the property a second or a third time. Maybe it's not a good fit for that first offer, but it's the second house or the third house that they want to see. Well, let's say you can't make it out there. We utilize our Slack community system in order to talk with our agents all across our various teams inside of Brooke Team. What I mean by this is if you were looking to show a property here in Connecticut and you went to our Connecticut Showing Time Slack channel, you could ask for coverage and other agents would volunteer in order to show the house for you. You could, if you were out at a showing, you had a question, needing a contractor, for example, while you're out at the property, Snap a picture of something that's going on in the listing and ask questions. And inside of those Slack channels, people are going to be answering questions. We have everything that agents are looking for when it comes to community inside of our Slack channels. Let's be honest. Most of how business is done in real estate doesn't happen just in office spaces. It happens inside of the platforms on our phones and tablets that allow us to stay connected to people even when we're out in the field. You have channels for contractors. You have channels for the company announcements, celebrations. You have channels for offer writing and marketing. Everything you could possibly need is done when you're on a top 100 team. Many agents don't understand that they're doing these lesser dollar producing activities or even not doing dollar producing activities. They're looking really busy in the business, but they're not actually making money. Why? Because they're spending their time editing videos. They're spending their time trying to come up with a new graphic that they can post on social media. But when you're on a top 100 team, all of this is done for you. You simply go over to our Slack channels, click on marketing, and fill out an easy type form for someone else who's very skilled at this to complete it for you. And that doesn't just stop there. It's not just, oh, I need a graphic. It could be your business cards. It could be flyers. It could be postcards. Anything that you can think of for your marketing is already done for you, and it's already included in being on the team. Well, it doesn't stop there. Let's say that you're at these properties and you need to write the offer and the team already wrote it for you. Well, once you're done negotiating that offer for yourself, when it's complete, you now send it on over to the transaction coordinator. Now, there are transaction coordinators and then there are transaction coordinators. And you know the difference because you've met realtors and you've met realtors. Ones that know a little bit about the job and can probably get it done, and ones that are absolute pros. The people and the staff that we have at Brooke Team, I'm so proud of because they are the best of the best. These systems that we have are immense. When you're on a top 100 team, you get a transaction coordinator that's not just asking, hey, your inspection's coming up. They're actually in group chats with your clients, allowing you to be able to not only take the lead when you need to, but also have someone there to back you up when you're busy generating more business. Now, our listing coordinators very similarly take all of that process of getting a listing to the market on for you in the same way that the transaction coordinator helps get a deal from contract to close. What I mean by that is a listing coordinator is there to schedule your photos, schedule your home prep appointment with a stager, schedule up a pre-listing home inspection, put the entire listing together, pay for the photography. That's right. We cover the marketing costs on a top 100 team. When you play at the highest levels, our team covers the cost of the marketing. That means that you don't have to worry about getting your signs up, getting your lock boxes on the door. You don't have to worry about any of that because it's all done for you. That's right. We've got some of the best signage, the best marketing materials that you could possibly imagine. One of those great tools is called Infinity, where we are one of the first residential teams in the entire country to take a Matterport 3D tour technology and make it into a lead generation system. We generate hundreds of leads every single month from systems like this, where we generate leads out of the listings that our agents get so that we put them right into their CRMs for them to follow up with. We don't own those leads. They own those leads. Your listings, your leads. That's the difference of being a top 100 team. Now, when it comes to actually handling those leads, it's extremely challenging to be able to do it all yourself, which is why our CRM breaks it down completely for you into those nurture leads, those leads that are hot prospects, buyers, sellers, even the past clients. All of them have drip campaigns and messaging that goes out for them and is built for you. We're talking email templates that are specifically designed for your area and what's happening currently. I'm not talking that canned stuff that you see at brokerages where it's like happy Valentine's Day. We're talking about real, actual marketing, talking about tax rates and inflation. We're talking about how to navigate the best loan programs that are out there with clear describing videos and poignant emails that are going to get high open rates. This is what the difference when you're on a top 100 team. You start to ask yourself, well, what do I have to do when I'm on a top 100 team? Just get more business. That's the point of Brooke Team. You know, I started this team years ago because I had interviewed other agents on teams who were working so hard. They were being so diligent, trying for their clients. But you know what? They had mediocre systems, they had mediocre training, and they had mediocre support. And so I decided to create a team founded on training, support, and leads in the strongest fashion. And we've been continuing to innovate ever since. We do that through an open door policy where we actually encourage leadership on our team to rise up and then create their own miniature teams inside of our group. And out of our company dollar, we pay those leaders to grow their own organizations. You may have seen those people like Lou Raven, who's grown his own crew of other leaders inside of the organization, of Jess Powers, who runs our Rhode Island branch, of Kristen Callahan, who's been with us for several years and went from selling no real estate to being one of the top agents on the team. We have amazing stories of people who've paid off their debts, earned six figures, or even in some cases like Carla Corrigan, who built a house in another state, took 13 vacations in a year, and earned hundreds and hundreds of thousands. All right, fine, I'll tell you. She earned over $400,000 on the team. Why? Because she's utilizing all of the resources from the CRM to the team agents to offer writing. Everything is done for her so she can focus on growing her business. So why aren't all teams done like this? Well, listen, I can't answer that question fully, but I know that all businesses are not the same. You may have heard about teams before, and there's so much conditioning that happens with that word. It's like saying one of the political parties out there. You name one of them, and instantly your mind flashes to what you think that person is like. But that's actually not the case. My job as a team leader has been to provide services and solutions for real estate agents because I am one as well. I serve daily buyers and sellers of my own clients who still work with me after 15 years of being in this business to better understand and to know that I'm in the trenches as well with you, and I'm working on the most relevant technology, the most relevant practices, and the most relevant services that agents need. This is what it's like to be on a top 100 team. So how much does this all cost? That is the number one question that I hear from people, and it's probably the number one objection. Just like going on a listing presentation and someone immediately says, before you even meet with them, what's your commission? And you want to tell them, oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you all the great ways that I'm going to market your home. And let's talk about that before we talk about the price. Well, here's what we do. Before we even talk with any agent about all of these great things that we just said, we actually sit down with them and we make a plan. This is called our path to success. This is developed from understanding the 6 ways that I teach agents on how they can grow their business. And we set an actual goal based upon the time that they have to devote to real estate and exactly what they want to make in their game. Whether that's earning $50,000 a year or $500,000 a year, like some of our other agents have, all of that stems down to a plan. Now, a plan relates to your calendar, and that calendar relates to accountability. And every single week, we follow up in accountability with our agents to help them realize their goal. It's not sign on the dotted line and we'll see you whenever. I had that experience with brokerages, and I never want to have that for my agents. Instead, our programs are step by step by step. If you were to onboard to our team, you'd have a 500-step orientation guideline, which allowed you to go through the first 90 days with every single thing that you should do from day 1 to day 30. It's going to give you every single week and day and show you exactly what to do. Inside of that, we're going to take your plan and we're going to line it up to a smart sheet where we can say, here's your dashboard, here's how well you're doing, here's where you need to improve. We're constantly checking in on your business so that you can make sure that you're not left alone and you're completely supported the entire time. All right, so let's get to this. How much does this cost? Well, there are 2 things that most real estate agents miss. They only talk about expenses or splits. And splits are really those expenses that you have converted to what we call a cost of sale in the business, meaning it only happens when you sell a house. But the biggest problem is they forget the top line, which is revenue. How much is coming into the business? See, most agents think, well, I'm not on a team, so I'm probably going to do the same business on the team, and maybe they're going to do some things for me, but I'm going to make the same. Not true. Many of our agents are receiving tons of leads every year. We provide over 500 leads a month to our agents, no rentals. And so what that means is that they have the opportunity to likely close somewhere between 5 and 15 leads a month off of what we're providing to them, which leads that to the question of how much more gets added to your bottom line through being on the team. Now, here's what our goal is: to provide well over $5 million worth of opportunity to our agents. This means that some of our biggest producers on the team say, David's going to provide to us through Brooke Team over $5 million worth of opportunities, and for some people, much more than that. And what we do with that is when you close that business, you're going to split it with the team just like you would any other lead. Our splits are 50-50 to $5 million worth of business, which is highly attainable when we're driving all of these resources to you, when we're allowing you to focus on the dollar producing activities of lead generation and lead follow-up and giving you the tools in order to do that. On top of that, many of the agents who work these leads are able to close that business that they wouldn't ordinarily have. That allows them to scale to that $5 million as quickly as possible. From there, the team splits escalate all the way to 80-20. 80% to the agent, 20% to the team, and you still get all the leads, all the offer writing, all the video editing, and everything else that you can need to market your business and build your brand inside of the team. Now, one thing to note on this: people ask, do I still get credit for my stuff if I'm on the team? You absolutely do. The brokerage gets credit, the team gets credit, and the agent gets credit. Agents will also ask, do I get to build my own brand, or do I now become a number if I'm on a team? Absolutely not. I run this team as if I would want to and how I would want to. The golden rule of do unto others as you would have done unto you applies in my life and applies to other people. And what I would want is I'd want to get credit, and I'd still want my own brand. That's allowed here on the team because we believe that people are doing business with you. You're the one who brings the business. The team is here as a business platform that allows you to just do your business faster. Meaning, if I wanted to sell 30 homes, sure, that might take you 3, 4, 5 years on your own in order to get there. But with the team, we can fast forward that process by giving you all the tools so you don't need to reinvent the wheel and still maintain your own brand. So what happens if you've been on the team for a while? Well, there's good news for you. The longer that you've been on the team, the better. Because if you've sold over $25 million worth of real estate with the team, you escalate to a permanent split of 75-25. That's right. You still get all the leads. You still get all the resources, all the offer writing, the video editing, the Slack channels, the CRMs, all of the cool stuff from Fellow and HomeBot and Infinity and all these cool tech stack. You get it all. And that's still included with the great office spaces that we have in 4 different states. Start to sound really interesting? Well, here's why it's been so interesting for so many people. Because they actually saw proof over promises. You see, so many people in this industry are used to talking a big game. They have a lot of promises, but when it comes to the actual proof of it, they don't have it, which is what this team has when you work on a top 100 team. Well, I told you that there's 2 more things other than those splits or expenses. It's actually the revenue that we just talked about, which is how the team is going to bring you business. But the bottom line is the bottom line. It's how much you're going to earn versus being somewhere where you maybe are now versus where you could be if you had all the additional revenue and you had more of your time back through some of these great tools and resources and support systems that we have on the team. Look, I get it. I thought to myself at one point in time, why would I ever employ more people? Why would I ever have that? It's so much easier just to do it yourself. Well, I can do it my way. I don't have to worry about someone else screwing it up. And I get that. The difference is there's always a progression in every industry that goes from me over to we. You see, it would be so weird if you went to the dentist's office and you walked in and the dentist checked you in, he cleaned your teeth, he did your appointment, he checked for your insurance billing, and he did all the same things. It would be weird if you went to the airport and the pilot checked you in and did stuff at TSA for you and got you your tickets and then served you peanuts and soda and then flew the plane, landed it, unpacked your luggage. You get the point. It would be weird in nearly every industry, but in our industry, we've been lied to. We've been told that you need to do everything yourself, which is never the path to success when it comes to pretty much any industry. If you start to realize and think of your business in real estate as a real true business, then you'll start to see how much more money you can make per hour if you just focus on lead generation and lead follow-up. The problem is most agents actually don't know how to lead generate and lead follow-up because they were never properly trained. They never knew outside of maybe buying online leads or sending out some mailers or some old school coaching program that really doesn't apply anymore. But if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to see how this team and others across the country in these top 100 teams sell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of houses and help people out of debt, help people into a consistent, very stable lifestyle inside of real estate where they can enjoy the best parts of life, enjoy the best life, take vacations, buy other properties, and really finally have something stable. Then I'd love to continue that conversation with you. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to partner with you in the future.